Interlude 2. So yeah, I already did this at the end of the chapter 3 one, but apparently you can just select the chapter you want to go to, so makes it easier. We're getting the interlude again. Get over it. Person of interest in murder. Ooh. Uh-oh. Looks like the authorities are finally closing in. You knew this was coming, right? You've been sloppy, Jen. You set up a shoddy alibi, pinned the shit on an innocent simp for some reason, and started babbling to a first responder about the witness protection program, for God's sake. Lol. We're not... Oh. Without the punctuation there. Lol, we're not exactly dealing with a master criminal here, but I will say this much. We are dealing with a criminal who's got guts. And wherever there exist people with guts, there exist people who stand a chance. It took guts to dump the car in the Sound. It took guts to play it cool and start a kick-ass media empire out of the house of a highly visible internet celebrity. And it'll take even more guts to manage a brand with 1 million followers while you're a wanted felon making national headlines. So maybe it's time to put those guts to use. Maybe you're ready to make a real choice. You could always delete your account and pretend this never happened. That'd probably save you a ton of trouble. Or you could charge full steam ahead. Fuck the news, fuck the haters, and fuck the police. There isn't a force in heaven or earth that could slow your brand down now. So, what'll it be, Jen? So, I clicked Can't Stop Now before, so I will click Delete Account. Oh no! Haha, whoops. Okay, this is my fault. I knew damn well this wouldn't work. If I'm being totally honest, I just wanted to say hello again and remind you I exist. To remind you what the stakes are. The facts have remained unchanged, though. The ability to make meaningful choices in this story are still only allowed to be unlocked by a true successor. And that still ain't you, but it does look like you're making some progress, so don't give up hope just yet. I'll check back in on you soon enough. Just keep doing whatever it is you're doing. And I think we both know what that's gonna be, lol, because you're a fighter, Jen. That's what I love about you. Chapter 4. A symbol of strength. 2 weeks later. Horses. As an outlaw in the national spotlight, you've had to adapt your lifestyle over the last couple weeks. You can only assume the police have been keeping an eye on Abby's house. Rather than trap yourself in your studio around the clock, you worked out a means of getting outside while staying under the radar. Putting on a hat and sunglasses. Perfect! You slip out the back and head toward the beach. Abby was kind enough to provide you with her most expensive vehicle, the 2017 Bentley Continental, parked about 5 minutes down the coast. So, it's the least she could do, you think, given the life of austerity you've been otherwise forced to live as a fugitive. And your wonderful driving record, I guess? Okay. Soon enough, you'll need some automotive mobility for practical purposes, but for now, it's good just to get out of the house and drive, so you can think. So much has happened in the past couple weeks, it's hard to keep track of it all, but you guess it's just life now. A little time alone behind the wheel of a luxury vehicle should help you organize your thoughts. Since you relaunched your brand, never in your wildest dreams did you imagine having more followers than Abby, let alone leapfrogging over her so quickly. Her following has been ticking up steadily too, but it's nothing compared to the rate of your fandom's growth. Ooh. You are the star of this circus, and now even Abby's fanbase has to admit she's become a close orbiting satellite to your brand, rather than the other way around, as it once was. Something about the chaotic energy of the Jubilite craze, combined with the drama of the dead cop scandal, has resulted in transforming your social media presence into phenomenon status. As my brain was yelling at me saying phenomenal success, but close enough. The media has become obsessed. It's fascinating to many for its unusual and incendiary ideological focus, and just as captivating to others for resembling a slow-motion train wreck. There is a sense among your millions of new followers that the more sensational criminal elements surrounding the daily drama of your brand will only get worse if people are here for it. They want to see the train wreck. You adamantly deny the accusations, of course, and expertly weave these denunciations into your performance to magnify the attention of your accounts. Magnify the attention to your accounts. What? Magnify your... Okay. That's a weird way to phrase that. Since the natural targets of your screeds are the corrupt government, corporations, and the police forces around the nation which only serve to protect their power and wealth, it's been pretty easy to conjure a narrative framing these accusations as an attempt by powerful forces to silence you. By the looks of it, most of your followers are willing to believe your denunciations, and not many of them were big fans of law enforcement to begin with anyway. It's just more fuel for your showmanship, a story that's easy to sell to a hungry crowd, almost as easy to sell as Abby's parents have been on your recent pranks' efforts. On that front, it's been like shooting fish in a barrel. Abby has her dad deeply concerned about market volatility and selling off huge amounts of stock to buy Bitcoin, which he then enthusiastically funnels into your spoof wallet. You and Percy have been working her mom, who's been doing the same thing with a totally separate spoof wallet unbeknownst to her husband. In anticipation of carving out a portion of their assets which she can make off with after the imminent divorce, every time they make new deposits, you're sure to quickly reroute these funds to your offshore accounts under your control. Meanwhile, you maintain fake back-end sites for them to look at, which makes it appear their deposits are still secure. They're both so caught up in the process, it hasn't even occurred to them to wonder if they're being robbed. Percy's been an invaluable accessory to the ruse. He now needs minimal instruction to play the role of Abby's mom's lover. They exchange racy photos and sext messages frequently between their phone calls. They've had a lot of fun photoshopping the heads of the man she believes she's talking to body parts sourced from amateur porn. You get some pretty steamy pics back from her in return, but you spare Abby the trauma of sharing those with her. Percy has made plans to come to the island tomorrow to help out with some new projects you're working on. Having another set of hands will be helpful as you move into more ambitious phases of your brand's development, especially while you're trying to keep a low profile. Of course, it's nagging at you that the police have his photo. You still haven't told him. You just can't seem to find the right moment. It would be such a downer having to explain something like that when you're both having such a good time swindling billionaires. You'll get around to it someday. Besides, he knows perfectly well you're connected to a murder in the news, and now he must know how deeply implicated he is in a fraud scheme as well. No matter what you have or haven't told him, he has to understand the truth. There's no going back. For old time's sake, you head down the street of your apartment. You haven't seen the place in weeks, not since the night this all began. No squad cars anywhere. Not surprising, since they've probably taken all the evidence they need from your place already. You suppose that means there's no reason to even try entering anymore. All your stuff, your beloved posters, liquor bottles, and the nasty macaroni pots, it's all probably in an evidence room somewhere by now. You never liked the place much, but it's still sad to think that chapter of your life is over for good. You head back to the remote parking spot Abby found for you and begin your shoreline trek back to your hideout. You're in no hurry. The scenic walk gives you more time to think about the big plans you have brewing and the preposterous amount of newfound financial flexibility you have to put them into motion. If only Percy knew what you really had in store for him on this island. Abby too, for that matter. But it's better to reveal your more ambitious ideas to people in smaller doses. Uh-oh, who is that? Eh? Ooh, that guy again. I see nothing. I see nothing. Onward. Later. Abby, how much did they deposit today? Your dad put in around 350 million. Your mom only about 100 million. But that's actually a lot for her. The biggest deposit she's made yet. Wow. I can't believe how casually these people peel off another 100 million bucks just like it's a $10 bill. Money seems so abstract and meaningless to them. No wonder this is turning out to be easy. I'm not sure I would call it easy. I feel depraved pretending to talk like a Republican. Saying some of the shit I've said has made me feel so much dirtier than if all we were doing was stealing money. At least your side of the operation is more fun. I'm hardly even doing anything anymore. Percy's been doing most of it lately. He's coaching her very well on working their assets. He's turning out to be a pretty good con artist. Well, that's only because you are, and you're the one coaching him. I don't know. I've barely talked to these people at all, except for initially seducing your mom in a shitty email chain. You're the one who somehow turned your dad into a slobbering crypto junkie. The dude literally believes our entire economic system is on the brink of collapse and Bitcoin is the only safe haven now. It's true, he's really obsessed with this project now. To be fair, our entire economic system actually is on the verge of collapse, but whatever. He won't even be affected by the collapse because all his money will be gone by then. Haha, yeah. How much do we have now? About 5 billion. Fuck, that's so much. It's certainly nothing to sneeze at. And you're absolutely sure it's like ours? Yes. Except for where they deposited today, none of the money is still in my spoof wallets. I resell the coins quickly and spread it all out across a bunch of foreign accounts. Well, what? You actually just opened up a bunch of Swiss accounts or some shit? Like in the movies? Lol. Well, they're not mine exactly, they're all in your name. It's less suspicious that way since, you know, you're actually a rich person, and I'm a fucking wanted felon. When you look at it that way, I guess this is all really just an elaborate early inheritance scheme. Yeah. So they can't see that you're just sucking the bitcoins out right after. Yeah. So they can't see that you're just sucking the bitcoins out right after they put them in? No, they only see what I want them to. The wallets make it look like the coins are still there. They'll only run into a problem if they try to sell them. And I don't see that happening soon. Your folks are awfully bullish on crypto suddenly. When you say their money's all going to be gone, are you really going to try to get all of it? That would be ideal, but we're going to hit a wall soon. I don't think even your dad is dumb enough to convert his entire fortune into Bitcoin. And Percy tells me it sounds like the remaining assets are going to be a lot harder to move. Much less liquidity than whatever they've been trading to buy the coins we've got so far. He must be in really deep with my mom to find out anything like that. Oh yeah, he is. I mean, we both are. We tag team this. I listen in on his calls with her and sometimes text him notes on where to steer the conversation. God. I'm also in charge of supplying the thirst trap shots. What? Abs, this courtship is at a whole nother level now. Percy's putting on quite a show with his very masculine Republican-sounding voice. Naturally, there's going to be some sexting, too. Like, with actual photos? Percy sending my mom nudes? Haha, no. I just photoshopped them. It's easy to find face shots of this real dude she thinks she's talking to. I just paste them on top of, like, amateur porn. Lamau. And boy, does she reciprocate. I must say, Abby, your mother is one hot bitch. Oh, Jesus. I'm not sure I want to see any of this shit. Oh, I wasn't planning on sharing my gallery with your slutty mom shots. Don't worry. It's my private collection. OMG, you mischievous whore. Anyway, I can see where you get it from. Fucking yowza. Lol, she's got quite attractive, she was a trophy wife once upon a time. Almost feel sorry for her, developing a sort of kinship with her actually. Why? Because we both want to rip off your dad. It just so happens I'm the only one actually succeeding. Ha 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 ha. Whatever, she can take solace in the fact that her daughter turned out to be 1 billion times the gold digger she ever was. That's true. It turns out I'm quite rich. And I had to do even less to get my shady funds than my criminal dad did. Now all I need is my own trophy wife. Ow. Hey now. Let's be clear who would be whose trophy wife. If anything, you'd be mine since I have way more clout now. Excuse me, Z, but didn't I just hear you say all these bank accounts are in my name? Damn, you're right. I guess I don't know whose fucking money this really is. Well, according to the tenets of Praxis, nobody really owns it. It's all fake shit. Just like gender and all the other stuff like that you like to rant about. Money is just little numbers on computers mostly, moving around all the time, but not really doing the world much good. So we might as well move it our way and make some things. Okay, let me redo that line. So we might as well move it our way and make some better things happen. There we go. I can't believe how thoroughly I've converted you to jubilatism. And I thought your parents were supposed to be the easy marks, falling for all this Bitcoin shit, but you make them look like stone-faced skeptics. Well, will I have to keep sucking up to your whole clown religion if I want to be your trophy wife someday? How else am I going to cash in on my own money? Oh, that's extremely fair. Carry on with your ass-kissing then. You haven't even heard the good shit yet. What's the good shit? Like, advanced lessons in praxis. If you like what we've already been doing, the advanced shit will knock your socks off. Oh lord. These are the types of methods we'll need to start employing if we want to get the rest of their money. Plus a lot more from other sources. They aren't exactly the only billionaires in the world, you know. Unbelievable. You've got 5 billion in the bank and you just want to keep hustling? Hell yeah. We're on a mission here. Why slow down? I just can't even imagine what you're planning to do with all this money. You can't even show your face in public because you're a cop killer. You know, I just remembered. So, like at the start of this, she sent an email to her mother and also tagged a whole bunch of other people. So, I mean, there are kind of records of all of this. But anyway, moving on. Doesn't matter if you can't imagine it. I can. all just feeds into more pranks, more money, more publicity, more financial influence and leverage around the world. More pranks. Alright, but what if we slowed it down a bit and, like, just tried to enjoy this more? I feel like I keep coming back to that. This was supposed to be fun. It is fun. Pranksis is fun. It is its own reward. You know why people play pranks? Because that shit's fun. Okay, I can't argue with that. But it's also very risky, high-stakes stuff, and I don't know. There's other stuff to think about. Like what? Well, I have ideas too. Oh, do you now? Since when? Since always. I'm full of ideas. Not sure I like hearing this. I'm not getting myself a trophy wife so she can do a bunch of thinking. Oh, fuck you. I'm not going to be your trophy wife. Either you're going to be mine or the marriage is off. Holy shit, yes ma'am. So tell me your huge brain ideas. When you're done with my dick flattening, I mean. I've been thinking a lot about your clown gender stuff. Yeah? Yes, it all sounds so silly at first, but it's kind of a brain worm. I've been considering where I fit on the triangle. And what have you decided? Well, I don't know if anything fully speaks to me yet, and I just wonder if some adjustments could be made to the system. Adjustments? Yeah. I mean, since it's kind of a silly system that you just pulled out of your ass anyway. Abby, I did not pull this out of my ass. It's extremely serious. Oh, sure. Saying you identify as a clown gendered is the most. Saying you identify as a clown gendered is the most serious thing in the world. Who could argue with that? You know what I mean. Yeah, I know you believe in the ideas. I'm just saying. Since you're so creative and all, and extra serious about gender philosophy, maybe you could, like, do something with horse gender? Horse gender? Yeah, why not? Abby, that is patently absurd. No, it's not. Not any more absurd than clown gender. But it doesn't have to be, if you actually think about it, and make it work. Come on. Can't you do it for me? I think you just want to identify as horse gender no matter what logic I come up with. So what if I do? Isn't that my right? Oh, Hussie. Hussie is a fan of horses. So, interesting. Well, yeah, it is. Maybe you have a good point. God damn it. I can't believe I'm letting you strong-arm me into revising my manifesto extemporaneously. Nobody would even know you're revising it. You could just be releasing a new chapter, elaborating on it. Kind of like how you're still going to unveil advanced pranksis or whatever. That's true. Alright, give me a minute. Let me sketch some ideas. You and Abby had read back to the gender drawing board. She's given you an interesting challenge, handed you an oddly shaped shoe, if you will, and it's your job to make it fit. After playing with your continuum a bit, you decide to stay with the pyramid format. You don't want to revolutionize your own system too much, since everyone's already acclimated to the logic of a pyramid. Your goal is to enrich everyone's understanding of gender, not vex them with increasingly convoluted nonsense. After a couple of hours, you think you have something workable here. You and Abby are too excited about it to sit on it, though. You decide to improvise a live stream right now to inform everyone of your astounding new breakthroughs. I'm sure you'll all be thrilled to hear I've made some astounding new breakthroughs on the Jubilite philosophy of gender. I have just 2 words to say. Horse gender. As you can see, the pyramid-shaped continuum remains intact, but the y-axis has been expanded to go even lower, which means that while horizontally we have the conventional male-female gender spectrum, vertically we now also have the clown-horse gender spectrum. So the more clown you are, the less horse you are. Clown and horse are opposites, I'm guessing. Both axes are of course a fluid spectrum, and you can position yourself anywhere on the continuum that feels true to your experience. So what's horse gender? Glad you asked. It represents the extreme counterpoint to clown gender. Oh, okay, so they're using omega for horse. You know, I'd almost say maybe do like a z-axis, like, right here, so you could, make a 3D diagram with like horse kind of coming out of the screen, like right here, so you could still technically be like, over here in like a third dimension or whatever, but whatever. I'm not making this up. Where clown gender embodies a whimsical absolute lack of identification with the conventional gender spectrum, or even the entire idea of gender, horse gender is the total opposite. It means extreme identification with any given gender on the horizontal axis. So, if you are a horse-gendered male, it means you're saying you feel extremely male. Or if you're a horse-gendered woman, you're like, goddamn, I am a fucking woman. I guess an example of that would be like TERFs. I mean, don't take that too literally. I don't want to taint horse gender for everyone right out of the gate. You could also be hello woman identified without being weird and turfy about it, and that would still be a totally valid horse gender feeling. Like my friend Abby, she's a proud horsewoman. And she's so happy about it. So I think you get the idea. Move up the scale toward clown, you hardly give a fuck. You're a wild card, untethered from this maddening social construct. Move down toward horse, and you're digging in. Where a clown is a symbol of whimsy, horse is a symbol of strength. You're like, hell yeah, I'm this fucking gender, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. The system accounts for it. All points on this continuum are equally valid. And notice in the middle of the scale vertically between horse and clown, that's just the average gender spectrum. That's where you are if you don't feel super strong or weak about your identity either way. And if that's you, it's fucking valid. So having said that, allow me to illustrate some examples of putting this into practice as I see it. What? Who's that? Is that Miley Cyrus? Justin Bieber, The Rock, Obama. Is that J.K. Rowling? Ariana Grande, I want to say? Hey, I'm totally up to... I'm hip with the kids. I know the lingo. I know the current stars, etc. Yeah, I don't. But, now, I don't claim to speak for these people. You should try to see these as like my headcanons. I guess they can come forward and set the record straight if they want. Haha, just post. I'm looking at you. Just joking, man. You don't gotta, but you can. What else is going on with this shit? Let's see. Kinda think the Obama placement is a no-brainer. J.K. Rowling, though? Now that's a horse-gendered woman if there ever was one. Hey, what do you want from me? She gets up to all this fucking turfy shit. Seems to me if she wants to park herself in a barn and make a big turfy bed made out of, like, hay or whatever, and wacky gender essentialism, then she's more than welcome to do that. It just lands her on the horsewoman point of the triangle. That's all I'm saying. Go on and let her Go on and let her whinny, or don't. Drag her to the glue factory if you really must. I am not here to police your online activism. I am only here to report on all the good shit when it comes to my kick-ass gender pyramid. The point is, all of this is accounted for in the diagram. Now, know this and be free. Alright? Is that enough of fucking that yet? You bet it is. Okay. Later. You know, if she's wanted for a murder, they probably are, maybe hacking into her phone and accessing the camera and all that kind of stuff. But, potentially. Patriot Act is a bitch. Dozes off to clown sleep. The clown horse is leading her. Where is it leading her? You have been doing very well. Snap back to reality. Ooh. There's another one. Uh-oh. The next day. You check your phone and notice the date happens to be the 20th of May. Exactly 1 month since the night you were on that fateful drive with your manifesto. Today, Percy is scheduled to arrive so he can assist with new projects. You wait for his ferry from inside the Bentley, parked at a distance to stay out of sight. You haven't been here since the night you disposed of the squad car. You find yourself glancing in that direction now and then. You have no idea if they dredged the car out of the water yet, or if they're even figured out that's where it ended up. Excuse me. That incriminating dashboard camera footage was probably completely wiped out after being submerged in salt water for weeks. You guess you're relieved about that, but then with the amount of hysteria there is about this case in the media, that footage hardly seems to matter anymore. You're who they're looking for, and nothing can change that. That dashboard cam footage might be okay, depending on the storage media they used, and I assume they have some kind of protections on it. It may even be automatically uploaded to like some centralized server, so in which case destroying the car would make no difference anyway. Just saying. All you can really do now is make sure you don't get caught. Sitting and waiting. Boat. Percy. There's Percy. He radiates the nervous energy of an eager simp. He looks around for you, but of course, you won't be getting out of the car. You'll just text him to come find you. Oh shit. Shit. The cops must have been waiting for Percy to arrive before making their move. Were they tracking him from the mainland too? How did they figure out who he was? Maybe they ran some facial recognition software on the photo you sent, and something finally turned up in their system. Whatever the case, this won't do it all. If they take him into custody, interrogate him, and take his phone, this is all over. They'll close in on you and Abby in no time. You need to deal with this now. Vroom. Double vroom. She floors it. Alright, was she waiting at the stop? Or was she, in motion there? I don't think she'd have the momentum, but whatever. Alright. That was multiple cops in there with multiple guns with training. Let's see how this goes. Bang. Bang. Okay, and witnesses. Bang. Bang. Okay, so that's 5 or 6 rounds, and someone's recording. And Percy is looking A-OK right there, ain't he? You need to get off the street fast. Your car is totaled and Abby's house is too far away. You look around for shelter and any place at all that could get you out of broad daylight for a little while. Oh, you just implicated Abby. They're going to be like, oh, this is her car, and why was the subject using her car? And you didn't total that car's dash cam, so I mean, good luck there. You just remember the restaurant you used to work at is down the street. Hopefully the owner still has it shut down due to the pandemic. That would be an ideal hideout for the rest of the day while this blows over. You head down the alley to the back entrance. There's a good chance it's locked, but that shouldn't be a problem. How many rounds did she fire into that? Depending on the magazine of that gun, she might be out. It's dark inside. All the tables and chairs are put away. Looks like no one set foot inside here since the last day you waited tables. Perfect. Well, perfect for hiding, but in most other ways, far from perfect. This is a fucking mess. There's no drowning the evidence for what you just did this time. You murdered 2 cops out in the open, and the dashboard camera surely caught it this time. There were a few eyewitnesses as well. You'll be hearing about this on the news before the end of the day. No question. Maybe within the hour. You revisit your memories of working at this restaurant with a mysterious pang of nostalgia. You used to hate this place. You resented the tourists, the bad tips, the shitty boss, but seeing it empty and dark like this, it reminds you that things may never return to the way they once were. They certainly won't for you, after what you just did. You nearly forgot about Percy. He stands there shaking, terrified, still cuffed. You just realized he probably assumes he was just arrested for his involvement with Bitcoin fraud. Maybe you have some explaining to do. Where's all this blood coming from? Hey, Percy, are you okay? Oh man, you're bleeding. Damn. Wait. Well, no, that's just my blood. I guess I fucked myself up in the crash. Okay, that explains it. Whew. I thought one of my bullets got you. Listen, there's something I need to confess. Really? That is the face of a man hearing this right now. I definitely. You know how I've been saying all those killing accusations are lies? Well, that is a great way to start a conversation. Well, actually, I did it. I killed the cop in self-defense and covered it up. Ha 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 ha. I mean, maybe that's not the stunning news I think it is, considering, like, I just shot 2 cops right in front of you to bust you out of custody. Lamau. Okay, that's not actually what I wanted to confess. See, the reason they arrested you is, man, why is this so hard to admit? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, what am I gonna do? This is hard to talk about. Oh, shoot. Okay, here we go. Turbo clicked there for a sec. The cops got your picture because I roped you into all of this Bitcoin scam shit. Haha, that's what it was. It's all my fault. I got you into this mess. I suckered you into our pranks racket, and now you're a wanted felon just like me. In my defense, I was just having too much fun scamming those rich boomers with you. You're a natural at it, and I was on such a roll, making fake amateur nudes and Photoshop and shit. Maybe this sounds selfish of me, but I wouldn't change a thing even though it got you in trouble with the law. Well, got us both in trouble. And I know how you must be feeling. I've been feeling it for weeks. That sense that your life is never going to be the same again, that you'll always be looking over your shoulder, that the name Percy is forever going to be associated with these crimes, and there's nothing left to do but keep fighting until the threat is fully destroyed. Totally. She kind of looks like Ardata from Hive Swap, you know what I mean? She's got that similar long hair, crazy thing going on. So, I'm not really sure how much, obviously this is a completely different thing, but whatever. But here's the good news. No matter how much the media drags the name Percy through the mud from now on, we both know there is no Percy anymore. Percy died today. You are no longer a humble human simp. You are a Jubilite now, and forever. You are Perse. Poke. Gave him a clown nose with her own blood. And that, kids, is why you don't simp. She's getting crazy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is it time to start the doom music? end of chapter 4. Okay, chapter 5, no interlude this time. We will get into... So, if I get chapter 5 done, then I will be caught up. So I've only got a couple days to do that, and I will get to this next time. So we will get to chapter 5 the next day, next time. Do the cops, the cops arrest him? We'll have to see. So, anyway, till next time, later.